Yeah. So the topic that I picked for today is surrender now. Okay. Surrender now. Now, you may ask this question. Uh, First of all, why we should surrender? Forget about surrendering now. Why at all we should surrender at all? And then comes the question of surrendering now. So why we need to surrender, and we are following the process of bhakti, and bhakti is built on, a foundation of increasing surrender. So at the start, it starts with Ado Shraddha, where we have very little surrender. But even with that faith, that initial faith that we are surrendering to somebody with some faith. And we are not very sure, but we're just surrendering. Then we come in association of sadhu sangha and we do bhajan kriya with them. So in sadhu sangha, what are we doing? We're again surrendering to them. You know, we are having faith that this person is going to share something that could potentially touch my heart, that could potentially help me to progress in bhakti. So even there, we are surrendering. And then nishtha, power, all these stages, it's about increasing more and more, going deeper into the process of bhakti. You know, when do you go deeper? You go deeper when, you know, often you're going against your own will. Your own mind is telling you that, nahi, nahi, itna mat karo, don't do so much, we can, what if this doesn't work for you? What if you're not cut out for this? There could be so many reasons to not surrender. You know? You say, I'm not convinced fully. There's so many reasons to not surrender. But one most important reason to surrender, of course, is that Supreme Lord has told us to surrender. He said, Sarva Dharmam Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam. Sharanam means surrender. Surrender unto me. Ekam, just to me. Don't split your surrender. Don't share your surrender with other, you know, uh, philosophies. Don't share your surrender with other schools of thought, Karma Kanda school of thought, Jnana school of thought, or Yoga, Dhyana Yoga school of thought, or Ritvik school of thought. Don't share your surrender. Don't share your nishtha. Don't share your shraddha. Your faith, as it is very komal. It is very bleak. It is very weak. When we are surrendering, we surrender whatever conviction we have. We should surrender fully. So we need to surrender. Because unless we surrender, we will never we will never be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. As long as we feel that, no, I can do this, I am able to do this. Moment that I comes in, Krishna says, okay, Papa, you do. I'm not going to interfere. You feel you want to do this, you do this. So I'm not going to interfere. He doesn't interfere. But when we say, my Lord, that okay, I've got enough kicks in life, I think I'm done here. I don't think I can do more than this. When we take that attitude that, my Lord, I'm done. I know I'm just surrendering to your will. Do what you want with me. Give me suffering. Give me unpleasant situations. Give me uncooperative, surroundings. But still, I'm yours. Whatever it is, I'm with you. The monkeys when they were fighting with Lord Ram, the Ramayana. Uh, yeah, situation was not very favorable. I mean, the demons were fighting them with all kinds of weapons, and they were far, far more powerful. They had astras, they had shastras, they had Mayavi Shakti, illusory, kind of thing. They were outnumbered, they were overpowered, everything. Monkey's question. I think you got into the wrong situation here. This is we are not covered for this. Yeah, we are not warriors. ये हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा. We can't fight with these rakshasas and win. Look at how many people are being killed. They could have just run away, but they didn't. They stayed, and that is the kind of surrender that the Lord is looking for. Are you willing to surrender to Krishna regardless of circumstances? Sukhe dukhe samay kritva labha labho jaya chayo. Yeah, if you are willing to surrender like that, then we really make progress in bhakti. Otherwise, we tend to be very shallow, very, we call just doing the needful. Like last time we were discussing about, that just doing the 4 hours of the fall down. For those of you who were there last time, discussing that it starts with reduction, then reasoning, then ritual, then finally restless. So everything becomes a ritual when there's no surrender. So surrender is needed. We need to surrender to the will of, and how do you know whether we are surrendered or not? If we are surrendering to the will of Guru, that means we are surrendering to the will of the Lord. Guru, if we don't know what is the will of Guru, we know the will of Guru from his direct servants or the servants of his servants. And we have to choose to be servant of the servant of the servant. And by that connection, we are connected directly to the will of Krishna. We know that we are surrendering if we are surrendering to the authority, to our immediate authority. So now the question comes, why surrender now? What is this desperate need to surrender now? Why can't we do it later? ठीक ठाक चल तो रहा है, we're doing our bhakti. What is this surrender you're adding? Why is it needed? Why do we need to suddenly add this difficult word called surrender in our bhakti? Aren't we just good enough doing our japa? Aren't we just good enough going to the temple, going to our program? We come Fridays, come to our program, we attend, go back. What is surrender and all these heavy words? Why do we need surrender now? Well, the material world, if you look at it today, every single day it is just getting worse. Okay, I mean, if you look at the present situation, it is very bleak. Uh, you just look around you, you will see that there's so many natural disasters. In Mumbai, here it has been raining since 15th of May. The rain has started almost 3 weeks early, and such rains, such cloudbursts that the newly made metro in Mumbai is completely submerged underwater. I mean, the metro is supposed to have better water sewage systems, right? But everything is just destroyed. We have natural disasters. We have corrupt governments who are not allowing people to come up. Honest people can simply not come up in life. They have to be squeezed and pushed out of the system. Cow slaughter, legalized in various places, rampant corruption, rampant gambling. Nowadays, gambling has become mainstream. Earlier, gambling was just, in India, gambling was actually banned. It's banned. There's no permission for someone to run a casino in India. Okay, except in few places in Goa, and Goa outside the sea. In the sea they hold. So it is like, it's not exactly on the land. So they're kind of flouting something, but in a convenient way. So gambling is not allowed, but gambling is going on. There's so many betting apps, so many. I mean, every single day someone comes up with some new betting app, and they call it a skill game. But they also admit that, oh, this can cause addiction. So yeah, gambling is going on. Water resources are drying up. Material world is getting really bad. Uh, the people have no civic sense. They take bottles and stuff it into gutters, and then that causes flooding. And they start talking on social media that, hey, government is not doing its job. What are you doing? You're throwing plastic into gutters, into the rivers, into the seas. What do you expect? Food inflation. I mean, food. Uh, I mean, it's just going. I mean, a simple vegetable or a fruit which you would buy earlier today costs like 1.5, 2.5 times what you paid for it maybe 5 years back. So, and as far as breaking four regulative principles is concerned, younger and younger people are taking to it. I mean, earlier there was some age at which people would start drinking, gambling. But there is no age, anyone can do it. The influence of Kali Yuga is accelerating. If you really look at it, we say Kali. What is the symptom of Kali? Quarrel and hypocrisy, right? We say that In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that quarrel and hypocrisy is one of the most important symptom of Kali Yuga. Prabhupada mentions in various places as well. Uh, Look at the hypocrisy that is there in our world today. From the top to the bottom, people are hypocritical. Like politicians, they say something, they do something, they mean something. They don't care. Once they've been elected, they don't care about what people are saying. But now I got elected, I'll do what I want to do. Nobody cares. And it's just getting better. It's getting, darker and more, more, people just don't care and quarrel. Someone shows hypocrisy on social media. Someone calls it out. Someone trolls them. And then they start fighting. I mean, today wars are being fought on social media. It's just unbelievable the amount of fighting and arguments and everyone, no one willing to admit that they could be wrong. Everyone saying, no, no, that is your view. This is my view. My view is my view. I don't care about what you think. This is my social media page. I can say what I want. You don't like it, don't come here. So this is there. Television, movies, which used to be earlier, you had to go to a theater to watch. You had to sit and start, subscribe to a TV and watch. Today, everything is available in your phone. The world is ruled by a nexus of scientists, capitalists, politicians, and academicians. So Srila Prabhupada called this out in the 1960s that the when he wrote some of his small books, there he has mentioned that this world today is being ruled by a nexus. Nexus means people coming together with some diabolical plans. So, the politicians and the capitalists are in cahoots with each other because the politicians, they give money to the politicians. Sorry, the capitalists give money to the politicians so that they can campaign and win elections. In return, the politicians give favorable policies so that these capitalists can make more money. The scientists, are working in cahoots with the capitalists that how to exploit what is there in nature, how to exploit the scientists and the intelligentsia are giving it wrong intelligence to the capitalists, wrong intelligence to the politicians on how to exploit, uh, you know, how to manipulate the masses. And finally, academicians are also kind of in cahoots with the capitalists. So they're all working like a team. And this is influence of Kali. We should not be surprised. So in such an environment, we should not think that things will get better. Things are only going to get worse. We're seeing it day in and day out. We're seeing that things are getting worse and worse. So, in such a situation, for a devotee to think that no, I will take Krishna consciousness seriously, but not now. After some time, I'll become serious. Now I have spent only 5, 10 years in bhakti. I am still new. Hey, those people are there 25 years back, they came, they're still, kind of just floating on the surface. Why should I take it so seriously? No, that's not the calculation. That's not the benchmark we have to use. We have to realize that if we postpone, it is becoming increasingly difficult for devotees to even survive, let alone maintain their Krishna consciousness. Right? I mean, more and more people will oppose bhakti, they will oppose ISKCON. The influence of Kali, ISKCON also is getting, hit from within by people who are ex-ISKCON. So to just maintain your Krishna consciousness, to survive in bhakti, just stay connected with Krishna consciousness may become increasingly difficult as we go along. So therefore, if you know, for example, that there is a going out of business sale, okay, I know that in the US and in in many other countries also. When a business is going out of business, meaning it is becoming bankrupt, they're going to shut down the business. They to sell their final inventory that they have, they put up a going out of business sale. Okay, we're shutting down this business. So whatever we have, we're just selling. So just pick it up and take it. So when you see a going out of business sale, if you like those products, what do? Do you wait? You don't wait. You rush to that place, take whatever you can, just fill your fill your car with as many things as you can, and you fill it up, right? In the same way, you know, with the influence of Kali Yuga, we know that uh, it is, we know that Prabhupada has said 10,000 years, golden, age and everything. But still, there are many reasons why we may not be part of those 10,000 years. So while we are in bhakti, while we are connected with Vaishnavas, while we still have some faith in the process of bhakti, our faith is not yet shaken badly. While we have this, why not just take what you can? Why not surrender now? Or risk being reborn in a much worse situation? What if you do lukewarm work in this lifetime, and then at the end of your life, you realize, Arey, yaar, I could have become serious, but I chose not to. I chose to be, very lax. I chose to be very, very lukewarm in my bhakti. And suddenly death comes upon you. At that time, suddenly you can't become serious. It's very difficult. You will be reborn. And if you've committed a lot of sins also as a devotee, God knows where Krishna will place you. He may place you in some other planet. He may place you in some other species. We don't know what is coming for us, and he may put you in heavenly planet. If you have a huge for enjoyment, that I want to enjoy. I didn't enjoy enough in this life. You die with that feeling. He may put you in a heavenly planet. Go, better. Go enjoy. Have a good time and come back. And by that time, a heavenly planets, one day in heavenly planets is equivalent to 6 months over here. So you imagine if you spent, 100 years on a heavenly planet, that's like what? Like 18,000 years over here have passed. Okay. So be careful, what you desire, and understand that by the time you come back to this material world, maybe a much worse situation. Today, at least we're able to practice something, bhakti. We're not being stopped. But you imagine what will happen with the other religions really prevailing over us in population terms, in power terms. How much you'll be able to follow? Very tough. What y'all are going through right now, we may be going through in India, maybe 100 years from now. We never know. So why risk it? Surrender now. Okay. So let's just think about this. What stops us? See, theoretically, we all know. We all know that we should surrender. And theoretically, we also know that we should not postpone surrender. We should surrender now. What stops us from surrendering? Anyone would like to share that? What do you think is stopping us from taking full shelter of the process of bhakti? Anyone like to share? Please unmute yourself and speak.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, desire to enjoy. Surrender means that we are just following Krishna only and only and only. Surrender means completely we want you, Krishna, only and nothing else. But we have desire to enjoy. One reason.
Yeah. That's one very good reason. That if I surrender, then how I will enjoy, right? So that's why we don't surrender now, because we want to enjoy now. Now we want to enjoy. Later we'll surrender. Good point. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Hare Krishna. And one point is that we are falsely thinking that we have surrendered. Means, oh, yaar, kar to rahe itna. Means, what else you want? Bhai? और कितना करेंगे? We are already surrendered. So how much you want? This is a false.
It's a very good point, because we may be under the false misunderstanding. Surrender now? I surrendered 25 years back. What are you talking? You had a severe misconception that we surrendered 25 years back. Prabhu, what you're talking? This is you told me 30 years back. That time it was a good, correct topic. Now it is not relevant to me. I surrendered long back. Very good point, actually. So we are not surrendering because we feel, already surrendered. No, okay. Is there anything more I have to do? Yeah, great point. Anybody else? Any other thoughts?
We think life is too long. अभी तो time है. अभी नहीं कुछ साल बाद surrender कर देंगे. कुछ और time बाद कर देंगे भगवान के सामने.
Yeah, we tend to procrastinate कि अरे वो बोलते हैं ना, आज करे सो कल करे सो परसों, इतनी भी क्या जल्दी है, जीना है जब परसों. What's the big hurry यार? बहुत टाइम पड़ा है. I can happily surrender next year, next to next year. I mean, now there's lot going on, in my life. Lots going on. I am, right now, my promotion is coming up. My children are in 10th standard, 12th standard. My children are going abroad. My health is not good. Let me first get my health back. Then I will surrender. Yeah, we tend to procrastinate. Very powerful. Yes. Anybody else? We tend to postpone. Or it is sometimes just plain laziness. That उतना मेहनत कौन करेगा यार. मतलब कर तो रहे ना भाई, जपा कर तो रहे, दुनिया पे उपकार कर तो रहे, और कितना. We are already doing such a big favor to the world by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. You want us to do more? Chill, chill, chill. Chill करो थोड़ा. इतना करने का नहीं रहता है. थोड़ा आराम से करो. Right? So yeah, that could be another reason. Yes. What else? Any other thoughts? Why we don't surrender now? We should question ourselves. Why aren't we surrendering now? What else could be the reason?
Prabhuji, as you mentioned, like want to finish our duties and then take up bhakti.
First, let me settle. There is this story of this person Kailash, right? All of you know the story of Kailash? Raise your hand if you know the story of Kailash. Oh, no one knows the story of Kailash. Okay. Some of you might be knowing. So there's this devotee, there's this person called Kailash. Okay. And he's a young man, and so Narad Muni comes to him and tells him, Kailash, you should surrender to Krishna. You should chant Hare Krishna. Come with me, we'll preach together. Says Narad Muni, come on, I'm a young man. Let me just get married. My parents expect me to get married. Let me get married. After that, I'll come. Na, kya problem hai? So fair enough. He comes back after some years. Then Kailash, he says, Kailash, chalo, let's go. Kailash says, hey, nahi, I have now got very small children. छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं, अभी कहाँ, where I can leave them and come with you for preaching and all. Give me some years, come back after some years. So after some years, again Kailash, he comes to get Kailash. Says, Kailash, come with me. And Kailash says, let's see, so Narad Muni, I would have surely come with you. But look at my children. I have set up this business with great difficulty. They have not even learnt any responsibility. They are not even responsible. कुछ सीखा नहीं है. They are just wasting my money. They don't know anything properly. So I need to train them. Who will train them? Okay, I'll come after a few more years. After a few more years, he comes back and he asks, Kailash. There's no Kailash. So the children come out and they say, sorry, but Kailash actually left his body. Narad Muni bangs his head. Arey yaar, what an opportunity was there for this person to become a devotee. He didn't become a devotee. So then Kailash, he's just leaving. That time he hears a dog barking. Bow, bow. He looks down and he sees that's Kailash. Kailash has become a dog in that household. So he says, Kailash, you became a dog. So, yeah. He says, never mind. Now you come with me. You become a dog? Never mind. You come with me. No, I mean, let's go and do Hari Kirtan together. You join with me. He says, Baba, I would have come. 100% I would have come. But Look at these children. They keep the door open in the night. See, in the daytime, in the evening, they leave the door open. They're sitting inside. They go out with the door open. So careless. So all the money that I have earned and I have given to them, it will all be stolen away by thieves. Who's going to protect this house? I, as a dog, I will protect this house. 1 or 2 years more. Let them become responsible. After that, boss, I'm all yours. Mrs. Okay, never mind. He comes back after 2 years. When he comes and asks the family, where's that dog? That dog died. He says, Satyanash, that dog also died. Kailash again gone. He's feeling very sad. That time when he's walking out of the compound, he hears a hissing sound. Hiss. And, he looks down and he sees there's a snake. Narad says, "Arey, snake." He says, no, I'm Kailash. I'm Kailash. Don't worry, it's me. So Narad Muni says, चलो ठीक है, you become a snake now. कोई बिगड़ा नहीं, चलो अभी भी चलो मेरे साथ, you come with me. He says, Narad Muni, I was surely going to come with you. However, the moment he says however, Narad Muni understands this fellow will never come. So he goes inside the house and he tells his children, Kailash's children, he tells that, see, you all have small children roaming around in this house. There's a very poisonous snake in your garden. I'll show you where it is. You come. So they come out and they find a stick and they start beating Kailash in the form of a snake with a stick. And Kailash is trying to tell them, I'm your grandfather. Why are you beating me? But they can't hear him. So finally, Kailash tells Narad Muni, okay, I got my lesson. I'm coming with you. I'll come. So this is the story of Kailash. And this is whose story? This is our story. We are only Kailash. So we feel also similarly ki, "Yeah, let me finish my duties." That is also important, na? What is this surrender? ये क्या surrender लगा रखा है? करेंगे ना, we'll do it, but later. So yeah, duties can cause our surrender. Any other reasons? So one could be lack of conviction. We are not 100% convinced. What do we need to surrender now, Baba? What's the hurry? Yeah, we understand Kali Yuga is bad. I don't see the need to do it right now. So we're not fully convinced. Complacency, Prabhuji already spoke about that. Become complacent. That I'm already surrendered. How much more I can do? Or sometimes some people have this borderline strategy, of Krishna consciousness. Borderline. That let me enjoy and do some little small surrender in parallel. I'll enjoy also, and I'll do little, surrender also. No one will know because I am still chanting Hare Krishna. I am still giving lectures. I am still coming to the temple. So people don't know that I am enjoying, and they just see me as a devotee, so they feel I'm surrendered. So lot of us, unfortunately, we follow this borderline strategy of Krishna consciousness. You may feel that no one knows, but the Lord knows what you're doing. Krishna knows, Guru knows. Some point that boat is going to break. If you think that we can survive for very long in bhakti by staying like this as borderline devotees, we're fooling ourselves. You have to wake up. Yeah, sometimes we go into that mode. Keep waking yourself up. No, this is not right. I shouldn't be doing like this. Let me at least chant my rounds nicely. Keep reminding yourself. Ask your wife to remind you. Ask your husband to remind you. Baba, kya kar rahe? What you're doing? You're claiming to be a Vaishnava and this is what you're doing. Ask your children to remind you. Children have got nothing to lose, no? They will remind you. Yeah, this is, these are the reasons why we don't surrender. We postpone. Laziness, postponement, duties, lack of conviction, complacency, borderline strategy. This is why we don't surrender. So when we realize that we need to surrender, then how we should surrender? How to surrender now? Any thoughts, anybody? What can we do to surrender now? Right now, what can we do to surrender? Is a surrender is a very big word. See, it's like India-Pakistan war, 1971. They were made to surrender. Please sit down, put your arms down, and kneel down. That is surrender. For us, what is surrender? How can we surrender now? Anybody?
Miss, what we understand from surrender? That is your question.
What is surrender? Yeah. And how do we do it? It's meant by surrender.
Okay. So my understanding of surrender, I think that we follow the process seriously, what has been given by our Acharya Srila Prabhupada.
Okay. We follow the instructions of the Acharyas and Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada very sincerely. That is surrender. What else? What we should do to surrender now? What else? Anybody?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Whatever we do, whatever activities in our profession or in the household we are doing, I think, I may be wrong, that surrender means that everything we should say that it is the God's will and it is He who is the doer, and I'm not doing anything. Whether I'm chanting, whether I'm doing my office job or the household work, it is you, Krishna, who is doing everything. I am just an instrument in your hands. Use me for the purpose that you want, for which you have created me, and I'm doing everything, but it is just you who is doing it. It is not I. So surrender means every time becoming the non-doer, kind of, I think.
Very nice. It's a very, very exalted understanding of what surrender is, Mataji, because, at one level, surrender means ki I give up. I can't do this. This whatever you say, my Lord, I'll just flow with what you tell me to do. I surrender. See, when an army surrenders against another army, that's what it means. That Baba, now you tell us what we should do, and we will. Yes, sir. We'll just obey. We will not try to, get into any long conversations or try to argue or anything. We will just accept whatever you're saying. So that understanding that my Lord, whatever is happening by your will, and I surrender to your will. Thy shall be done. Very exalted understanding. Yes, absolutely. So just accepting whatever is happening in our life, seeing the hand of Krishna in it, this itself is a sign of surrender. Very nice. Anyone else? Any other thoughts on how to surrender now? What we can do to surrender now?
Whatever our activities we dedicate to the Lord.
Whatever activities we do, we dedicate to the Lord. Yad karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhosi, dadasi, yad tapasisi konte, yad tad purusho madar. That whatever we do it for the Lord. Do it for His pleasure. Very difficult. Very difficult. When something nice comes in front of you, we want to just enjoy it. We don't even stop for a moment that, okay, let me first offer it to the Lord. I feel like just quickly eating it. Even if you offer, they're like very impatient, quickly remove the offering, let's eat it, So it's tough. Doing things for Krishna is, in one sense, it's easy. In one sense, it's very difficult because your senses are always pushing you to enjoy now. Enjoy now, surrender later. Whereas actually what we need to do is surrender now, enjoy later. So yes, good point. Any others? What we can do to surrender now? Anyone else like to share? I can't hear. Someone said something. Yes.
See, most of the time, actually, can you?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Most of the time we act diplomatic in our material duties. Most of the time, like either we are in office or with the relatives, with friends. Most of the time we are very diplomatic. So we try to maintain relationship. We try to, somebody should not defame us. So then we can't surrender actually in practically if you think that way. Only when we are chanting, we are praying, or we are with close to God, actually in real God practices offering sometime, then we are actually surrendered. But practically, surrender is very difficult otherwise. Then we have to become simply like our acharyas. Then only I think we can surrender, not with this material life.
Very,
This is
very
what my
practical.
thought is now.
Very, very practical point. Well, thank you for sharing this. Very, very practical. That in day-to-day life, we're dealing with family, we're dealing with office colleagues, we're dealing with so many things. At that time, what is the surrender? It's not practical at all. Only when we are in association of devotees, that time at least we can think of surrendering. Other times, so forget, yeah, it's not even possible. Very practical question. Thank you for asking. So, the point is that at least when we are in association of devotees, yes, when you are not in their association, it is difficult to surrender. At least when we are in association of devotees, can we surrender? At least at that time. So, rest of the time, I am useless. I know I'm useless. I can't do it. Okay. But at least when a devotee is with you, you're sitting there, sitting in a satsang. When we're sitting in a satsang, can we surrender? We have beads in our hand. That time can we surrender? We are reading Srila Prabhupada's books. That time can we surrender? That's good enough, Prabhu. I mean, not good enough, but it's a very, very, very good start. At least in the association of devotees, let me try to surrender the process fully. Let me just absorb myself. When I'm hearing Hare Katha, let me not pick up my phone and check what's happening on my WhatsApp or what notifications have come. I'm listening to lecture, I'll listen to lecture. When I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'll chant Hare Krishna. When I'm reading Prabhupada's books, I'll read Prabhupada's books. When I'm distributing books, I'll distribute books. Whatever seva I'm doing, whatever service I'm doing, whatever sadhana I'm doing, at that time can I surrender? Yes, I'll make quick progress, very fast progress. But as far as when we are with our family, when we are with our bosses, when we are with our colleagues, our neighbors, our relatives, at that time, how to surrender? At that time, we surrender by just staying true to our process, by doing our duty as a husband, as a relative, as a neighbor, as a worker in a factory or a company, doing your duty to the best of your ability, but keeping Krishna in the center, meaning doing it for Krishna's pleasure. That I am doing my duty as a husband, but for Krishna's pleasure. I am doing my duty as a father for Krishna's pleasure. I am doing my duty as a manager in an office for Krishna's pleasure. We try to bring Krishna in the center of whatever we do. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha, Krishna said in the Gita. Therefore, tasmat means therefore. Tasmat, therefore, sarveshu kaleshu, at all times. Mam anusmara, remember me, yudhyacha. Do your duty. Fight as a Kshatriya. Right? Remember me and do your duty as a Kshatriya. Then you're safe. Then, even if you are maybe making some mistakes while performing your duty, maybe inadvertently you're committing some sins while doing your duty, because you are surrendering your work also to Krishna, you're surrendering the fruits of your work also to Krishna. Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshesham. But I will free you from all sinful reactions if you surrender to me. This is what surrender is. That we surrender what we are doing to Krishna, we do it for Krishna, and what results come from doing that work, that also we use in the service of Krishna only. We don't use it for our own enjoyment. That is perfection. That is Krishna consciousness. That is surrender. So yes, thank you for bringing this up. Very, very relevant point. Thank you, Prabhu. So yeah, just some thoughts that what can we do, if we want to surrender now. First of all, have a desire. Have
Hare
a
Krishna,
desire
Prabhuji.
that I want. Yes, yeah. We'll take questions at the end, Prabhu. If you have a question, we'll take it at the end. Chalega?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just complete. Another 5 minutes I'll complete and then we'll take questions. Okay. So if what to do about it, how we discussed about the need for surrender now, desperate need to surrender now. We discussed about what is stopping us from surrendering now. So what to do about it? How to surrender now? First, have a desire. Have a desire to surrender at least. If you have not surrendered, at least have a desire. And if you don't have the desire, at least have a desire to have the desire. That my Lord, I've heard from you, I've heard so many times in lectures that I should do Sharanagati, I should surrender to you. Not able to do it, my Lord, at least give me the desire to surrender. I'm not able to surrender, at least let me have the desire. So if I have a desire, then I'll do it. So at least have a desire to have a desire. Then we can make maybe, as Prabhuji already said, right? I mean, that in our work, in our family life, in our dealings with people, if we increasingly try to bring Krishna in the center of our interactions with our family, with our workers, not that we are preaching Krishna consciousness to them the whole day, no, we're just doing our work, but we do that work keeping Krishna in the center. Whatever you wear, whatever you buy, whatever you eat, whatever you do it for Krishna. Do it as an offering to Krishna, and and from that, whatever result comes, good result comes, attribute it to Krishna. My Lord, you're so graceful, you're so kind. I didn't deserve this. You're giving this to me. Be grateful. And if a bad result comes, still you accept it gracefully only. And my Lord, I'm sure I deserved far worse than this. You have been so kind. You're giving me only so much. You're allowing me to tolerate this pain. You should be grateful for that. Don't be upset. Don't be resentful with Krishna. That, Arey, see how much suffering you're giving me. Why should I surrender to you? No. Krishna doesn't give you more than what you deserve. Even the suffering will come as per what you deserve only. You deserve what you have got. Krishna will give you what is needed for you at this point of time for your purification. So try to surrender whatever way you can, small way. Just keep increasing it little by little. Make a personal list, of what's stopping you. What is stopping me from surrendering now? This is a very introspective question, where we ask ourselves this question: why am I not able to deepen my bhakti? What is stopping me? Make a list, take a pen and paper, write it down. What is stopping me from surrendering today? And, if you're not able to think of anything, sometimes, we are so full of ourselves. We think we are so great. There's nothing stopping me. I'm already surrendered. You're like Vishnu Guru said. I'm already surrendered. What is stopping? Nothing is stopping me. I'm actually surrendered. But if that is the case, then ask your friends, your dear friends in Krishna consciousness, that what do you think is stopping me? They'll give you a long list. They've been waiting to tell you for a very long time, but because of their friendship, they've kind of held it back. Ask them, then what is stopping? What do you think is stopping me from my work? They'll tell you, Prabhu, you're very proud. Prabhu, you think you're very good looking. Prabhu, you think you're very smart. You think you speak very well. You think you sing very well. You think you are doing great service. Look at what others are doing. You're doing nothing compared to them. So you're very proud of what you're doing. And your friends may give you a feedback, but then you know that, okay, this is the stone that I have put around my neck, due to which I am not able to surrender at all. So take feedback, make a personal list, and work on them one by one. Take baby steps where you know you are weak. Take some baby steps. Start small. For example, if you know that I am too much attached to sense gratification. So, and that is what is stopping me from surrender. I'm too much attached to family. I'm a workaholic. I'm too much attached to money. I have to earn money. Now, you can't suddenly stop earning money, right? Because you have to support a family, you have to support a congregation. So much has to be done. So, don't try to boil the ocean. Just start small. Start small with whatever little, that, okay, I'm so attached to money, maybe I should give more in charity. Money is coming, I'm so attached to it, let me give something in charity. Anyone can do it at their level. You are today giving 10 dirhams in charity. Give 15. Pinch, let it pinch you. Start small. Don't say I'll give 200 dirhams and then next month you give nothing. No. Start small, make a plan. What will I do in this week? What will I try to achieve? And work towards it. So if you've written it down, then you know that I have to work on it. If it is in your mind, believe me, your mind will convince you after some time. That's actually not really a problem. So write it down and start working work towards it. Another very difficult but very effective way is tell others about it. Tell your god brothers, your god sister, your shiksha guru, your counselor, your mentor. Tell them that, Guruji, I am struggling with this, and pray for their blessings. Pray for their blessings, pray for their prayers, ask them to pray for you. But by telling somebody what happens? What happens when you tell somebody that this is my weakness? Anybody would like to share? What happens when you tell somebody that this is my weakness? Anyone? Very tough to do this, huh? Easier said than done. But when you do it, what happens?
Your ego
They will
melts.
want us.
Your ego melts, okay? And what else?
They'll like next time when they are seeing us falling into that, they'll warn us or help us.
They will warn us. Your ego melts. They will warn us. Plus, when you actually, tell somebody, you become accountable. So don't tell anybody what your plan is. किसी को नहीं बताऊंगा, मैं खाली अपने आप करूंगा. And I'll do it myself. If you don't end up doing it and no one knows. No one knows what is your weakness because you have put up a very nice mask in front of the Vaishnavas. And you get away with murder. But if you're told somebody, this is my weakness, that person is watching you. That person is watching. It could be your wife. It could be your wife. It could be your husband. It could be your very dear friend. It could be a senior devotee. That person is watching you and he or she will ask you that, Prabhu, you said you're working on this. What progress have you made? Now it's very difficult to tell lies. And yeah, Prabhu, made excellent progress. I've really taken many steps on the path back to Godhead. I'm almost there now. You can't lie in these things. You have to be humble and say, no, Prabhu, I'm sorry. Not really done much. Okay, never mind. Now let's do something. What would you like to do in the next 1 week? They'll ask you. Then you become accountable. So telling somebody about it is a very powerful way to surrender now. Then if at all you make, some progress to succeed, express your gratitude to the Lord and then set out on the next one. You said that, okay, I made some progress in this one. All right, express your gratitude and set out on, sorting out your next weakness that is stopping you from surrendering. Obviously, part of our surrendering is our sadhana, right? Chant, chant, chant. Chant as much as you can. Chant sincerely, chant purely. Keep increasing your surrender to the process of chanting. This itself is good enough. We don't need anything else, actually. We chant nicely. That itself will take us on the path back to Godhead. So chant better goes without saying. Pick up some service, some permanent service, some long-term service, which is your service. I mean, people identify you by that service. Pick up a service, but service purifies us. When we do a service, you get real purification because, when you're serving with other devotees, you really get purified. It's very tough. So pick up a permanent service. That is a sign of surrender. That sometimes you may like to do the service, sometimes you may hate to do it. But come what may, you're doing it every week. Yeah, that is a sign of surrender. Even if I don't like it, I'll still do it. And then if you're taken away from that service and given another service, if you are surrendered, you say, all right, I'll still surrender. I'll do whatever service I'm told to do. I'm the servant of the servant, so I don't get to choose what service I want to do. Whatever service, menial service, I'll do it. That's another sign of surrender. Uh, read, read Srila Prabhupada's books, read scriptures. You know, if you're not reading scriptures, our conviction will never be there. We will not be convinced. We'll be doing. See, we were discussing now one of the reasons why we don't surrender is we don't have 100% conviction. Why we don't have conviction? Because we're not reading Prabhupada's books. Read them. He wrote them for you to read, not for you to distribute to others. He made it so that you right there, the one who's looking at me right now, you need to surrender. If you don't surrender, you think your children will surrender. You think your friends, colleagues, other God brothers, God sisters, they will surrender. But you will not surrender. कैसे चलेगा? Reading Srila Prabhupada's books, that is part of surrender. Hear lectures of surrendered people, pure devotees. Wherever you get an opportunity, listen to them. Take the inspiration from them. So, what we achieve by surrendering, finally to conclude, by surrendering now, what do we achieve? We certainly feel blissful. When you see one thing to be on the surface, superficial bhakta, just about chanting a little bit and enjoying and everything going on in parallel. You would never really feel the bliss of Krishna consciousness. But we surrender. Even for those 15 minutes when Kirtan is going on, you stand up, raise your hands and dance. You feel bliss. You feel relief from the miseries of the material world. You can experience the mercy of Krishna amid a world which is fast deteriorating. So a world which is very quickly going down the tube. In that horrible world also, when we actually surrender, we are able to experience bliss, relief, and the mercy of the Lord. So think about this. What will you do to surrender? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
Yes, so you had a question. So one of you had a question. You can ask.
So, Prabhu, there are certain acts which one should not do, as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Like there are vikarmas, then one should not be doing this. So somebody is doing that, can he also surrender? No, right? We cannot offer bad karmas to the Krishna, right? To the God.
So bad
Like,
karma.
I think-
Like I am lying, let's say I am lying for something, let's say to someone. I cannot surrender, right? That bad karmas to the Krishna, that okay, Lord, you put me in the situation, I am lying that and I am surrendering this to you. This is not right thing, right?
Well,
I think he's talking about Yatkaroshi.
Yatkaroshi. Okay.
What?
My benefit, let's say, yeah. For my benefit, I am lying to someone, let's say. And I am saying that, okay, God, you put me in the situation now because you are the responsible and I surrender to you. So this is also, I surrender to you, this bad karma. Is that right thing to do?
Prabhuji, it is better than just
Karma,
doing weak karma. It is better than just doing sinful activity and not surrendering at all to Krishna. See, what happens is, Prabhupada has mentioned in different places that, and Krishna also has mentioned that there is no profession that is without fault. There is no form of duty that doesn't have some form of fault. There is fault in every profession. Okay. So then what should we do? Sir, Baba, haath upar karke just chant Hare Krishna, don't get into anything. We can't do that. We are grihasthas. We have to work with people, we have to deal with colleagues, with neighbors, relatives. It's a big headache. We have to do these things, right? So in the course of doing these things, okay, there may be sometimes situations where you're forced to tell a lie. You're forced to, just to kind of maintain a relationship or to get some business or, to not hurt somebody, you may have to tell a lie. In such situations, if you have told a lie because there's some justification for it, not a good one, but like there's some justification, then you tell some lie and then you pray to Krishna, my Lord, I'm sorry, I had to tell this lie. Please forgive me. Genuinely from your heart, you beg forgiveness and say, my Lord, I did what I did it for you and I'm sorry about this. but I'll try not to do it. But please don't put me in such situations again where I'm forced to lie. Yeah, the Lord understands and He sees He's Bhavagrahi. He is not, He is not Karmagrahi. He's Bhavagrahi. He's looking at what is your emotion when you did what you did. If you did it, uh, you know, just to kind of not hurt somebody, to avoid something, or just it's part of your profession. As Prabhupada said, if you're in sales, to sell something, you have to tell some lies. Yeah, but don't tell such lies that and then justify it later that Krishna has, Prabhupada has said you can tell some lies. You can tell some lies. Like Prabhupada says that, Arey, for this customer, for you, so I'm not making any profit. You may tell that to close a deal, but don't tell, horrible lies to gullible people, basically, and then justify, oh, Prabhupada said this. We have to be ethical in what we do. Even when we make money, when we do what we do, we have to be ethical. Yeah. So if we do that, what we're doing, what activity we're doing for Krishna. In the course of doing that activity, sometimes we are forced to tell some lie. It's a good thing that you're at least conscious about it. I mean, you imagine vast majority of the world won't even think about this topic. के माइंड में आएगा भी नहीं कि अरे झूठ बोला मैंने, हाँ तो क्या हुआ, सब बोलते हैं. At least you are thinking about it, which is definitely a very good thing. But after telling that lie, we should not, अरे देखो कैसा स्कूल बनाया. Then the karma comes on. But if if you are regretful, you're feeling guilty, you can pray to Krishna, my Lord, I'm sorry I did this. Please forgive me. I don't want to do this again. If possible, don't put me in such situations again that I'm supposed to tell a lie. Just beg forgiveness and move on. What else you can do? There is no profession, as I said, which doesn't have fault. There is fault in everything. But if you're doing it sincerely for the pleasure of Krishna, Krishna will guide you what to do. Like that. Does that answer your question, Prabhu?
Nicely explained, Prabhu. Yes, yes.
Hare
This is
Krishna.
what best
Okay.
should do. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any others? Anyone else? Any comments? Any questions? Anybody else?
Prabhuji, there is one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Like we have to surrender, so we are making an effort. If we are making an effort to surrender, how much is the role of God in helping us, role of Krishna in helping us in this surrender process? I mean, it must be two-way, no? It is not just our effort to surrender.
Yeah, very nice question. Very nice question. Yes, certainly, if we decide to surrender and we tell Krishna that I am going to surrender, okay, Krishna, I'm going to surrender. You tell Krishna, yeah, Krishna will assist you. He is also waiting for you to surrender, Urmina. It's not that when you're surrendering, he'll make life tough for you. He may challenge you, he may test your sincerity, and that is actually helping you. Because, the moment you say, I'm surrendering, if everything starts becoming very nice, very smooth, then what kind of surrender is that? What kind of surrender is that? Everything is very peaceful, everything is very nice. All right, now I'm surrendering, so it's no big deal. When we surrender, if things are really tough, we're not getting the approval that we seek. We're not getting, I surrendered to the process of bhakti, but my heart is still full of anarthas. Devotees are misunderstanding me. My boss is making my life hell. Hey, Baba, Krishna, you're not cooperating in my surrender. I don't want to surrender. Then that is not surrender. Surrender means unconditional, no conditions. Ashlishya va padaratam pinashtumam adarshana marmahatam karotuva yatha tatha va vidata lampato mat prananatha suswa evanapa. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like in the Shikshastakam, is taking from one stage to the other, deeper and deeper surrender. Okay. The last verse is utter, complete, abject surrender. Lord, whether I am yours, he says. Mat prananathas so eva na paraha. There is no one else whom I call prananath. Only you, my Lord. And he says, whether you accept me, whether you reject me, whether you embrace me, or you kick me, or ignore me and leave me broken-hearted, no matter whatever situation, I am yours. I am surrendered to you. You are my master. That is what true surrender is. So what does this mean? It means that I am not expecting any reciprocation from you, my Lord. See, now I am surrendering. Huh? Hey, Krishna, you're looking now? Gopinath, I'm surrendering, okay? Now you please, you do your bit. It doesn't work like that. We can't demand it. We can't be, expecting it. What is the word? We should not feel entitled to something because we have surrendered. Moment we feel entitled, Krishna says, oh, you want to be entitled? Okay, I give you a title. So and so great person. Oh, this person, how surrender. Everyone will start coming and praising you. But that's not what we want. We want Krishna, we want nothing else. When we surrender without any hopes for reciprocation. The Lord and the
But
Lord will receive.
he will, I think if we genuinely want to surrender, he will complicate the situation. He will not let us surrender, na? I mean, more
No.
more.
No. He will not complicate the situation. I think not let us surrender. No. He will just test us.
Testing.
He will test us for what we are doing. Are we sincere? See, it's like the example I gave, no? That when we surrender, if suddenly, some near and dear one in the family passes away. You say, "Arey, Krishna, I surrendered to you. And this is how you paid me back. Jao, ab main nahi karta surrender." Then Krishna is basically tested to see, are you really sincere or you're just words are very cheap, Words are very cheap. I can say I'm a very honest person. I can say I'm a very surrendered person. Words are cheap. Actions speak louder than words. So by our actions, we have to show Krishna, my Lord, I'm trying to surrender to you. You do what you want with me, but I'll not leave you. Like a dog, I'll come with my tail wagging behind you, no matter what you do to me. I want you. I don't want anybody else. So that reaching that state is a very, very exalted state. But it has to start somewhere. And in that process of surrender, like I said, we start small. We don't start with, boiling the ocean that I leave everything now, I just surrender to Krishna. It may not work for us. If we're not at that stage and we try to do something too early, then we are acting like sahajiyas. It's not easy. You have to be very gradual as per our level. If you are at, if you are like, in a swimming pool, most of you know swimming, I suppose. So when you're swimming, sometimes when you're swimming, you're like, your level is you can swim at only 4 feet. So you swim in the shallow end of the pool. But then slowly from 4 feet, you don't directly go to 9 feet. No. From 4 feet, you go to 5 feet, then you go to 6 feet. Then 6 feet, you practice for a long time, where your feet are not touching the floor, but still you are swimming. You practice for a long time at 6. Then you go to 7, then you go to 9, and then 9, you become very confident. Then you are able to dive from a swimming pool also, from a platform also. You're able to take a dive in the 9 feet because you're confident. So as per our level, we increase our surrender. And slowly but surely, Krishna will reciprocate in ways which you are not expecting. You are not expecting that. But when you look at it in retrospect, if you analyze your life, over the last, maybe if you were in Krishna consciousness, let's say 5-10 years, okay? If you analyze your life really closely, what events have happened, you'll be able to see the chap of Krishna. You'll be able to see the hand of Krishna in everything that has happened, good or bad. Learn to see the hand of Krishna in everything. How he reciprocates, it's up to him. We have to show our desire by increasing our sin. I don't know. Does that answer your question, Madhu?
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Anybody
Hare
else? Anybody else? Or shall we conclude?
One more.
Yes. I can't see you speaking, but anyway.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mother.
Prabhuji, जैसे normally I just started following ISKCON और either you can say कि मतलब अभी follow करना शुरू किया है बहुत long time से जानती हूँ लेकिन follow करना शुरू लेकिन देख आई ट्राई टू डू कि मैं सुबह उठ के जाप कर लूं, माला फेर लूं, लेकिन नॉर्मली हो जाता है, बट समटाइम्स इट हैपेंस कि नहीं हो पाती है. Sometimes it goes till evening, sometimes it goes till night also, because I
Yes,
have a small kid. Any other problem, like one or the other thing keeps on going. So is
yes,
it wrong
yes.
that I don't do in the morning and I do in the
Good question. Good question. एक minute, are you able to hear me?
yes,
Yes,
yes.
Connected. Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
it's a good question, very practical question, Mataji. That if sometimes I'm new to ISKCON, I just started, and sometimes I chant my rounds in the morning. Sometimes practical difficulty, take care of family, so many responsibilities. That कभी-कभी दोपहर में होता है, कभी-कभी शाम को होता है, कभी-कभी रात को भी होता है, right? So how do we handle this? Is this surrender? I mean, at my level, am I surrendering? Absolutely. Even at your level, you are surrendering because at least you are sincere enough that you're not able to do in the morning, you're doing in the afternoon. You're not able to do in the afternoon, you're doing in the evening. You're not able to do in the evening, you're doing in the night, but you're not sleeping without completing whatever rounds you've decided to do. 1 round, 2 rounds, 4 rounds, whatever rounds you're doing. You're trying to complete before you sleep. This is a sign of surrender. So the first. Second point is that we should not allow our mind to dictate to us, in the sense that see, sometimes there are genuine constraints, right? In the morning you have to send the kids, morning kids don't let you sleep in the night, and in the morning you wake up late, then you have to make dabba, make breakfast, send everybody off, cleaning, clearing. So many duties, so many responsibilities are there. If you're working, then you finish all this and then go to office. Very difficult. Life is tough. It's not easy for anybody. So because of that, sometimes you're not able to chant in the morning, you chant in the late morning, you chant in the afternoon, chant in the evening, because genuinely you had a lot of work. But don't allow your mind to accept that. That's the difference. Okay. That the moment you make it acceptable, कि चलता है, सुबह नहीं हुआ तो दोपहर में कर लेंगे, दोपहर में नहीं हुआ तो शाम को कर लेंगे, शाम को नहीं हुआ तो रात को कर लेंगे, क्या दिक्कत है, कर लेंगे. As long as doing it's okay, right? Don't allow your mind to accept. Because then what will happen is, even if you have time in the morning, your mind will tell you कि ठीक है ना, इतना क्या जल्दी है, बाद में दोपहर में भी कर सकती हो ना, इतने बार मैंने दोपहर में करके अच्छे से किया है, आई डू इन द आफ्टरनून. इन द आफ्टरनून योर माइंड विल टेल यू कि अरे यार एक अच्छा एक सीरियल चल रहा है, ये देख के फिर मैं करती हूँ. Then you do it in the evening. In evening, some other duty will come up. जैसे रात को करती हूँ, रात को mind will tell you, see, you're really tired. See, it's been a tough day, okay? अभी तुम थोड़ा relax करो, कल कर लेना. Mind is nasty. It will cheat you. To the end, it will cheat you. Therefore, be clear in your mind that why am I not chanting in the morning? Morning is the best. There's always a good, better, best. Best is morning. Okay. Good is chanting. Better is chanting in morning. Best is chanting in morning attentive. But if you're not able to do that, chanting at later point of the day is okay. Acceptable. It's not the best thing, but it's acceptable. But whenever you get a chance, keep coming back to morning. So if you're sincere about that, that is also surrender. Does that answer your question, Nathan?
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. All right. Any other questions, or shall we conclude here? It's already 45, 1 hour, 15 minutes I have taken.
One small question. Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam. So, not you mentioned Sahajya, So we
Yeah.
keep reading about Sahajyas and keep hearing. So is this any sect, or these are the people among us? What exactly the Sahajyas are? What is their philosophy? And how do you identify these as Sahajyas, or means is there any? So can you please throw some light on this?
There can be a Sahajya amongst us also. Okay. We don't need to go finding Sahajyas. Sahajya basically refers to people who, Sahaj means easy or cheap, who take bhakti very cheaply, okay, and they try to show symptoms that are not commensurate with their advancement in bhakti. someone who's raising his hands and crying, showing symptoms of ecstasy. When in reality, there is no bhakti in their heart because they're able to cry. And when they cry in bhakti, it attracts the attention of many people. Many people, oh, this is very exalted devotee. They'll come and pay dandavats to you. So they enjoy that and they do that. And, that is what Prabhupada calls sahajiya. Sahajiya mentality. That, trying to show something which you are not. That is like hypocritical kind of thing. His case, Radha Gopinath Prabhu once told a story, of how sahajiyas exist amongst us also. Okay. He told the story. He used to take care of these, orphanage boys, LNHO boys that were connected with Radha Gopinath temple. So he used to take care of those boys and he used to train them, how to chant and everything. So those boys would come, and one of those boys, he was, with his hand in his bead bag, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare. Head was shaking very much, his shika was going back and forth, and tremendous, he was showing enthusiasm. And Radha Gopinath Prabhu just kind of, suspected, he said, show me your bead bag. He took his bead bag, there were no beads inside. He was just putting on a nice show, okay, because Radha Gopinath was passing by, he's just putting on a nice show. Okay, yeah, Prabhuji should see how nicely I'm chanting. So he made a very, very nice statement. It's a Bengali statement. He said, Ati Bhakti Chorer Lakshan. If someone is showing too much bhakti, it is a lakshan of a chore, of a thief. If someone is showing too much symptoms of ecstatic symptoms of hearing Krishna, after hearing Krishna Katha, they are crying and they are beating their chests. Where is Krishna? We don't know. We should not judge. We should not judge. It could be genuine, but in Kali Yuga, we know 99.99% of the time it is not going to be genuine. So we just respectfully keep a distance and we see how they are behaving after the ecstatic symptoms are gone. If they are filled with lust, anger, greed, envy, and pride, we know that this is sahajiya. They're putting on an act. So that's what is sahajiya. It's someone who is cheaply trying to show symptoms which their level is not on. It is A-class hypocritical behavior. It is like the Paundraka's thing, the Paundraka who pretended to be Krishna. And so we should not become like those Paundrakas, trying to put on a show because it gets us respect. That is what Prabhupada warns us. That as devotees, don't try to, do things which get you cheap adoration and appreciation. That is Sahaj. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Thank you, Prabhu. Great.
All right. So I think I have gone over time. So thank you everybody for your kind participation and for giving me this opportunity to, associate with all of you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hare Krishna.
Shri Rama Sakha Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Gurinath
Thank you,
Rama Swami
everybody.
Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'll drop off
Thank
now.
you
You all
very
can
much,
continue your
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And
Thank
nice
you
to
very
see so many people are there today. I was very pleasantly surprised to see so many devotees have come
with
today.
your blessings,
So,
actually.
no, I have got
Those
nothing to
your
do.
lectures
People
are
are doing
very
a good job.
attractive. We are selling it. That today Sri Rama Sakha Prabhu is giving lecture. So please come.
Hare Hare. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
So,
Hare Krishna. I'll drop off.
thank you.
Hare.
Hare